Okay. Hello. How are you guys today? I'm gonna mess around with this stuff for a bit. Um, so I can see the chat. Okay. I think there will be less talking today. Gonna be sketching some poses and acting from Chant in order to maybe use it one day. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm grateful you're still coming. Just sadly, the time zones are kind of suck. Thank you. Yeah, I'm having a nice day. Maybe I'll be able to stream in the weekend if I feel like it. Then probably it won't be. Maybe it won't be such a problem. I hate these glasses. So yeah, I'm kind of sketching in hopes that I'm gonna need it if I ever get into this chant animatic really seriously. But so far I only have like a couple of sketches. I think a couple of verses done in terms of ideas, not in terms of fully drawn illustrations and stuff. I also understand that it's gonna require. I think it's gonna require drawing more backgrounds first. But honestly, Chant is such a fun song to watch. And Patrick Page and McRae are so interesting in terms of acting. They're like exactly opposites, the opposites. I think I'm gonna need to check a tutorial how to draw sunglasses one day. feel like I forgot how to draw Patrick. Which is funny considering how many times I've drawn him in the past couple of weeks. And like in general. Стой, подожди. Подожди, я работаю. I think Hades gonna be like the worst person to draw in this animatic because he is like a big cabbage. He has so many layers of clothing. It's gonna be hard to draw all of this. Which I mean, you know, you could solve that by I don't know, choosing like the suit or on the coat, but it looks weird. I can't explain why. Excuse me. Cat alarm. My duty as a cat owner is to open the door whenever she likes the door to be open. Nice. I'm sorry, I just... Okay, it's going. I just had this weird open weird window opening, so I thought maybe the translation stopped or something like that. I'm sorry, it's kind of it's a little bit messy today, but well, we'll take what we can. Um, when I gonna do the animatic, Hades gonna wear glasses for like exactly 2 minutes. Wait, not 2 minutes, 2 seconds, because I hate drawing them. Um, Wait a sec, I forgot to drop a link somewhere. God. Hades is so extremely the same. In terms of clothing. These biker gloves, like, what the hell, man? I think yesterday it was better in terms of sketching. Because today I haven't sketched anything yet. Because I was making that commission post. Hello to everybody new to the stream. Hello to the new people. Привет, если кто-то из паблика ВКонтакте. Um, 4 people. Hello to everybody new. Привет всем тем, кто пришел. How are you today? Как у вас дела? God, today is a very bad day for drawing Hades. Usually he's like the easiest one for me to draw, and today is not my day in terms of drawing Hades. The angle in the bootleg is kind of also pretty tricky because it's filmed a little bit from upper point and stuff like that. Plus Patrick's confusing hairline. It's tough. I like to imagine that when Hades wears this costume, it's like exactly 30 degrees Celsius, or 80 degrees Fahrenheit um, temperature. So he's like boiling alive inside in his wonderful coat. By the way, I'm not sure if you can hear me properly. Okay, I'm glad the stream is okay. Hello. I think I'm gonna sit here without a mic for a while. Like, if you have something to tell, go on. I'm not against talking. I bet half the stream is gonna be me struggling with drawing this damn sunglasses because I don't know, honestly. Next time I draw Hades, I gotta try to figure out how to draw sunglasses because it's torture, like, for real. God, these sunglasses are so ugly. I can't. And Patrick is so fun to look at when he's performing. Like he's very, very smooth. Yeah, if you can say that. He's like moving in perfect arcs, like a snake he is. I hate it. I'm kind of trying to be very fast with these sketches, though I think it takes a little bit more time than it should probably. But I'm having fun with this brush. Hello once again to everybody who's joining. It's just a silent stream. I just know what to say. Can start talking about how how I hate drawing the glasses. But well, it's taking them off, so hopefully no more glasses in this sketch stamp. How are you? How was your day? Or like, if you're American folks, then probably your day is only starting now. It's 9 p.m. where I live, so I'm just vibing. I see more people coming. Yeah, it was because when we started, there were like one person, maybe two people. But again, I kind of didn't say I'm gonna stream like certainly in this time, so it's okay. Hello. It's so funny. Like today, I cannot properly draw Hades. It's like Hades for me. It's like the easiest character to get right. Probably because I draw him rather often, and because men are generally much easier to draw for me than women. I don't know why. Like, not like it's not the same, but for some reason it's just how it is. This Hayes kind of looks like Timothy Hughes and Patrick Page hybrid. But like today, it's not my day. I don't think any of this Hades looks like Patrick Page. It's not a problem. But just, I think I did a better job with Amber yesterday. But also Patrick is like always in the highlights, so I can't even see his face properly. I decided that today I'm gonna listen to the music as I draw because usually I don't when I'm streaming. I mean, once again said that YouTube can, I don't know, stop the translation or something for copyrighted music, which is pretty annoying. Like, I just want to vibe. Okay, he looks like 20 years younger than than Patrick very well. Whatever. Looks gets into Hugh's vibes. Kind of messed up the shoulder because he kind of looks really weird. I should um, turn his head a bit up. I'm sorry, it's gonna be probably like 2 hours of me weirdly commenting what I'm doing. Whatever. Oh, thank you. I'm glad that he gets recognizable. Like I'm not trying to keep him 100% accurate to Patrick, but I kind of like Patrick's features, so to say. I think they're like very suitable for Hades. So apart from me making him a little bit chunkier or trying to make him a little bit chunkier because um, I'm not always succeeding, I'm glad that he looks both like something I drew and like someone who looks like Patrick. I'm just, vibing to the music because I saw on my Hades Persephone playlist on Spotify. So like, I haven't listened to it for a while, so now I'm vibing. Well, I think this one is kind of the best so far, but again, mm, I haven't I haven't drawn today, um, sadly, because I was making those commission posts that you can see uh, on my Tumblr, on my Instagram, if you are interested in it. Uh, so I kind of it took a lot of time. That's kind of one of the reasons why I don't like opening commissions, like all this work that goes before publishing them, because like it takes a long time. So like, not like it's like super difficult, right? But I don't know why it takes so long. Okay, let's move to another sketch. I don't know if we gonna get to Eva Nupezada today. I don't know if we get to sketching You already say. I'm sorry, I'm watching Chant. I don't even think that these sketches will somehow help me in the animatic. Um, I kind of started this thing yesterday when I thought like I can um, maybe figure out the way actors act the scene, so I maybe use it when when I'm making the animatic to get the vibes. but, but I don't know. I wonder how long am I streaming? About an hour, I think. Oh wait, I can try to make a full feature. I probably have said that a million times for this hour, but they are so much um, fun to watch. Like when they're acting and the way they're moving, and Patrick Page in particular, because he moves really strangely. Um, when you look at him, like he's moving like a weird mix of a snake and some predator animal, like wild animal, somebody like I don't know, panthera or a lion. He's like um, very soft and smooth in terms of movement. You know. Hello to anybody new, to everyone new. Um, I just don't know if these are the same people, um, or maybe is it somebody new. Um, I think it's I've tweeted about it today, but it's very funny how Patrick is so smooth and uh and kind of very, like in animation, uh most things supposed to move in arcs, like, so the movement would be like more natural and smooth. And Patrick does exactly the same. Like, if you look at Chant, for example, he's like moving very smoothly and keeping these arcs, while if you look at Amber, she's kind of, um she's more sharp and rough, and she's like makes more sudden, I'd say unpredictable actions, which also creates a fun contrast between the two of them. No one to watch Chat again? Go and watch Chant. Like, I love Chant so much. Actually, for some reason, before I never wanted to draw hands, and I hated drawing hands, but actually they're pretty fun. Uh, like, when you're sketching them, they can be really impressive. Wait, I'm sorry. Yeah, impressive. Um, expressive. Right. That's what the word. The word. Um, I think hands are like the only thing I'm succeeding in drawing today. Um, I think it's really fun to look at some little details in their acting, like when you are a nerd and you're watching like the same thing for a dozen of times, which absolutely never happened to me. I guarantee you, I've never watched Hades Style more than once. Like, never, never happened. Uh, but okay, so when you watch something for dozens of times, you kind of start noticing some interesting patterns. Like, I think I noticed that Patrick kind of shakes his 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 shoulder sometimes, like, and it looks like you know uh when big cats, they are getting ready to jump. It kind of looks like that. I thought it was funny um and kind of vibed with the rest of his performance. Today is a bad day to to draw stuff. Um, no, why? Today is not my day. I also really like how Amber is very expressive in terms of her body language also. I'm just, nerding about some things that I've noticed when I rewatched um, Hades Town. I think it's fun that a lot of bootlegs are filmed with Epic 3, filmed like from Amber's back. Is there scene where the flower appears and all that? And it's fun how you only can see her back, but somehow her back expresses a lot of emotions, and I don't know how to explain it, but if if you look carefully and closely uh, at her performance, you kind of can see that when she is kind of pausing in a way for the mortals, for other people in Act One and in in Act Two also. She kind of has a different posture, so to say. Like her back is pretty, set straight, so to say. I don't know how to explain it. Like she keeps her back straight and all that. But once she kind of leaves, I mean, when she's alone and nobody's watching, like a sort of say, or in in terms of scene, nobody's watching. Her posture kind of, I don't know, breaks. Her back bends a little, and she has like this uh desperate pose, so to say, like I don't know, something like that, like which kind of, I don't know, reflects, probably reflects her emotional state in a way that she's kind of depressed. But again, it's kind of subtle, but it's fun to see these things, even if they're kind of maybe not planned. I'm actually interested if Patrick Page comes home and he's like, "Well, I'm gonna make Hades move so weird today." I mean, probably it's a part of his character work and exploring his character. So yeah, the only purpose of this streams is for me to talk about Hades stuff. Right. I think I probably should rewatch Hades Down sometime. uh, because mostly when I'm rewatching Hades Down, um, I'm mostly looking at Hades and Persephone. I'm like, for the for the half of Act One, I'm just looking in the balcony. If the balcony is somewhere anywhere to be seen, and I'm just listening. But I think it would be fair to watch Hades Down and pay more attention to Orpheus and Eurydice. There's some really cute moments. Um, like I think I didn't notice that when Eurydice asks anybody got a match, Orpheus starts to trying to find the match in his pockets, and he looks for it everywhere. But then Hermes gives that match to Eurydice first, which is a nice foreshadowing towards um, what's gonna happen, how Orpheus wouldn't be able to help Eurydice when she needs it the most. Yeah. I don't know. What's your favorite moments of Hades? So, um, probably Godson. God, that's actually the only reason why my full body commissions are so expensive is because I hate to draw full body. This is disaster. I should be ashamed. Huh. Oh, I really hope they will bring back the Chant 2 verse because it was so great. I'm I think I wrote a huge analysis where I talk how how it's weird that um it was cut and the whole scenography that kind of followed this verse and was so symbolic uh, in a way just makes zero sense right now. Well, I think it makes zero sense because when there was a verse, uh, the movements of Hades and Persephone, I'm talking about them, they were kind of, symbolic because Hades tried to, catch up and to catch her. And she was like trying to, I don't know, escape, trying to keep the distance. Uh, and like he couldn't touch her. And it was and when Persephone started her verse, they kind of got close and they touched hands when she was talking about love and their love. It means that he respects the circle. They both respect the boundaries and that great circle of life, so to say, the seasons. And that's the moment where they are in balance and the world and the nature is with them. And so, when she says that, like, when I was a young girl and they break hands, um you kind of understand what this whole scenography is about. But it was really well done. And I feel like the show loses a lot without this verse, and the absence of the verse makes Act 2 very, very Hades centered. So, like, we get very little Persephone perspective, which is, I think, not really good, because I don't know. It makes us ask a lot of questions, like why the hell does she want to stay with him? Like me, the person who have heard the cut version of Chant 2, and who 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 saw the bootleg of the previews, I understand why. But I don't know how people who watch Broadway think about it. Like, is it enough for them, or like, do they think that the relationship isn't so well written? Um, so I just feel like one can argue that there is how long that kind of explains that their relationship are like super ancient and all that, but I feel like without this verse, how long kind of lacks its context. Like, it's kind of weird, and I can't forget. I can forgive, uh, you know, the crew of Hades Town to insisting that this verse should be cut because as far as I remember, because I read a nice book working on a song because I'm a nerd. She told that she kind of wanted to keep the verse. She enjoyed it, but during one of the previews, she wasn't in the theater, and when she came back, the crew told her like, the act 2 is too long. We need to cut something that has no meaning. And they were like, let's cut Persephone's verse. Like, what difference does it make? Like, they have their confrontation with Hades before in How Long, so you don't need this confrontation in Chant 2. Which is, I mean, I kind of never thought of the lyrics in Chant 2 in Broadway and in London versions like a confrontation. Like, it doesn't seem that way. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. And I feel like it was probably the worst change for Broadway, because overall, I know I know some people um, wouldn't agree with me, but I think that overall, Hades and Persephone's story is better on Broadway, like in Broadway version. I'd say in Broadway previous version, I think it's kind of more, you know, likable. I don't know, but uh, sincere. I don't know how to explain it. Than in New York Theatre Workshop. Even though New York Theatre Workshop has great lyrics and, in my opinion, more interesting Orpheus and Eurydice line, but I'm kind of, preferring New York Theatre Workshop for Orpheus and Eurydice and, overall basic part. But uh, but Broadway for Hades and Persephone line. And I feel like, and sometimes you want to say like Broadway is, in my opinion, better in Hades and Persephone, story. And then you remember that Broadway doesn't have a chant to verse, and you're like, ooh, sorry, I haven't read your messages yet. Thank you for reading my analysis. Sometimes I'm sitting and I'm like, it's time to over analysis of this thing. I've yet to read the book, but definitely want to at some point. It sounds really interesting. It's a really interesting book. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. Wait, I'm gonna leave for a second. Need to grab some tea. Go so bad at drawing legs. Whatever. Oh. Yeah, Chant won. I think Chant is like one of my favorite songs in Hades style, though it's like really hard to choose. Okay, I'll go. I'll go leave this case because it's like it doesn't turn out really well. Фристаун. Привет. I want him to be more chalky. Да, это с музыкой. Это с музыкой. Проблема в том, что YouTube может... в общем, он замечает музыку копирайтную. И, в общем, может там что-то видео заблочить. Я просто боюсь, что YouTube снесет канал, и мне будет жалко видосиков, которые там на канале. Вот. Поэтому без музыки. Музыку я у себя в наушниках слушаю. Так мы бы слушали мой плейлист по Эйду Персифоне. I can, yeah, I can recommend my my Hades Persephone playlist. In case you're wondering why we stream without the music, it's YouTube. I think I might have tried to stream on Twitch maybe one day, but like Twitch doesn't save the videos. It's kind of sad to me. But I feel like it's a little bit easier with music, though I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. If you are streamed on Twitch, please tell. Even though there are like only 4 people here, and one of them obviously has never streamed on Twitch. Only streamed like a couple of films to watch with a friend. And well, okay, went okay. I wasn't even blocked. on Twitch, uh, if you're playing copyrighted music, then parts of it can be muted. Or is it in YouTube? Because if they cut uh, the music after stream, like it's not a big deal. Like I can turn on the music right now. I'm just, the only thing I'm concerned is uh, the well-being of my channel with like 5 videos in it. Um, Twitch. Okay, okay. Well, it's okay then. Maybe I should try it. But like whatever, I feel like all the streaming platforms are more or less the same. I know that Picasso that kind of specializes on streaming on our stream like does nothing when you play music, like whatever. Um so you kind of can listen to any music there and there will be no strike. But again, a free version doesn't have a save of the videos. I'm kind of afraid that if I gonna record it um with broadcast, it kind of will slow my computer significantly, and I kind of don't want the process of drawing being more difficult because of that. I think the only issue with Picasso that I had was that uh, the chat for some reason wasn't open to everybody, like even not people who weren't logged in. Even though I specially made it so everybody could type in, but I don't know why it was this way, because I've been told later that nobody could type anything. It was kind of sad, but well, not like it was a really interesting stream again. I was catching pretty much something the same as I'm doing today, only in worse quality because it was 1 year ago and I drew much worse. Like if YouTube only like, hello, are you free from your work now? If YouTube only like takes off the monetization or something like that, it's kind of rubbish. Then I don't care. Uh, then I can play music, and I wouldn't care much because I have a channel for like 600 people. Not like I'm getting any money out of that. Uh, it's funny. So, oh well, congrats. Congrats on finishing your work. How 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 are you today? How was the work? Yeah, I also heard this, so I'm kind of really scared to use any music in here. Like, guys, the only thing I can turn on it's the bootleg version of Chant. Because I know for sure that YouTube doesn't clarify it as Hades style music. At least when I cut Chant to make the animatic, and I posted like some parts, some works in progress on YouTube. Uh, it uh, it didn't understand that it's Hades down, so maybe he won't recognize it. But like, do you want to hear Chant in really bad quality? No, well, not in bad quality, but not in a proper CD quality. I just right now I turned off the sounds from my computer. Uh, what was the thing? What's phone calls to answer? God, phone calls are the worst. I hate phone calls, like from people I don't know. It's like, can't you all just message? I don't know. It's phone calls are a huge stress. Um, I mean, another option with music is me singing the songs I'm listening, but I'm sure none of you would enjoy this. I can't sing anything. I guess explain to all people how it tastes like. Well, it's hard. It must be hard. It also kind of sad because you know, well, judging from my experience, with my grandparents, um, they not always have these connections between some signs that we young people recognize, like these these three dots are like most obviously it's a menu, uh, and this thing is a way to get to the options because in most apps it's like that, and they can like this experience, so it makes the explanation process kind of harder. So yeah, it must be difficult. No, I don't like I don't like Hades suit because I'm always get a little bit frustrated with those long suits, because I can see the thighs and the hips, so it's much harder for me to understand where to draw legs. I'm generally having problems with legs. It's like my weakest spot, so to say. But when it's like this, and I don't know where to put it, where to put them so they wouldn't look weird. I'm having troubles with with the lower side mostly. Um, like the suits themselves are okay. Also, I'm kind of looking at the HD bootleg, so the angle is kind of you know uh like this, so it's kind of, I don't know, tricky. Well, not so bad. God, it looks like Hades is a giant woman from Resident Evil, Lady Dimitrescu. Какая собака, Вика? Злая собака. I think this particular Hades looks pretty nice. I think it's like the best Hades I drew for the past. How long do I stream? 2 hours, or no? I think, well, about 2 hours. I think this one is kind of the best. Ah, te presto. Well, it didn't fall. My friend is very sorry for you, but she cannot tell it in English because it's hard to talk with elderly people. Okay, let's draw some animal beings. But nothing. Wait, I'm gonna make him a little bit smaller. I feel I'm probably choosing not the best time for streamings. Well, old people are more or less the same everywhere. Well, I mean, in general. Mm. Would instrumental versions of song be enough to avoid the copyright gods? I don't know. I have no idea actually. Maybe it will be enough, but I don't think I have the instrumentals for Hey You Sound. They're like they have uh this list of music that you can use as a background, but I kind of lost it. Um, like there was an entire playlist or something, but it's like a generic music. Like I don't know, not the Oh Hellos, not my 70 playlist. Um, uh, um, I don't know. Maybe we're gonna try on different sites. What I like about YouTube is that if some people are subscribed to my channel, they will get a notification like automatically when I start the stream, which is kind of cool. Because I think on one of the streams I asked where did the folks who were on the stream found the link and decided to join in, and I think they all said that it was the YouTube notifications. So I feel like more people join the stream through the notification. I don't know where did you get the link from the Discord chat? I think, right? Um, it's not like these songs in the list, not like they are really well known. I feel like they just very very generic. It's not like something like "Here Comes the Sun" instrumental, uh, or something like that. It's just uh, some random melodies that are grouped into categories like happy, sad, and other like the. I don't think they. I don't remember if they had names or something. Oh well. But I still think that that the YouTube notification is kind of the easiest way to get informed about the stream. So that's part of the reason why I'm not sure about using Picato. So I don't know. That's all right. I didn't even notice. Right now, Cold as the Night is in my headphones, and I'm like, oh, that animatic that I never finished, like drawing properly, like clean it up and stuff. But I feel like when you're doing an animatic, you are supposed to do it in one go. Like at least for me, it's like that. I can't imagine how people who do their animatics for like a year or so look at their projects and be like, oh well, that's okay. I'm drawing exactly like that right now as I used to. how do they fight that wish to redraw everything from scratch? Because I started Chant 2 animatic a while ago, and I think I'm never gonna finish it. Uh, because I look at the artwork and I'm like, oh, that's not good. I don't wanna keep these frames. I wanna redraw them, but when I'm thinking about redrawing them, I'm like, oh, I don't think that this frame works at all. Maybe I wanna redraw the whole scene. So it's like starting from scratch again, which isn't, which is kind of tiring. Also with chants that are like the longest songs. Mm. Yeah, actually, same. Like I think I only did two animatics. How long and that's cold as the night. Well, sketchy cold as the night. And I think I did cold as the night in 2 days. Uh, and I did how long in about a week and a half, I think. Uh, but I kind of had uh, the rough storyboards planned, so it was easier to clean them and redraw them uh, with better quality in a short period of time. The other thing is when you don't have storyboards at all and you're working on 6 minutes of animatic, and it's very, very hard. And yeah, I kind of feel like I have a lot of ideas for the animatics. Like I kind of want to do the wedding song with New York Theater Workshop, Orpheus and Eurydice, and I kind of want to make Come Home with Me, um, Come Home with Me too, with also with them. But I also understand that it's gonna be really hard and it's a huge work. So I can't even know if I'll finish the chant or not. Actually, one of the reasons why I'm not usually planning um these things like animatics, because I understand that if I'm wasting 2 weeks on planning stuff, I'm probably never gonna finish it. Uh, Probably I will never even get to the rough frames or something. So like when I get the wish to draw 6 hours a day for the animatic, I draw 6 hours a day for the animatic. Let's say that. It's funny that once I'm getting into drawing and more people come to the stream, I'm like, well, I'm probably about to finish it in 30 or 40 minutes or so because it's kind of late. But I mean, it's probably because of of the time zones and stuff. It's 10:30 right now. Mm. Yeah, I also agree. That's exactly the same with me. It's also the same with books and with reading books and with TV series and with illustrations, like with everything for me. Like if I'm not working like constantly on that one thing, like if I'm not uh, making at least one sketch for it every day, like constantly working on it, I'm probably never gonna finish it. Just like with reading a book, if I'm not reading at least a page of the book a day, I'm never gonna finish a book, which is a huge problem. So like there are some projects that you cannot finish in one day and in one go, like some big stuff, like like the animatics. But kind of if you finish the rough in one day, there is a big probability that you'll make a much easier task, like just cleaning stuff up next much easier. I don't know. I need to space these drawings differently. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I can get that. Sometimes you color and sketch, and you're like, well, that's enough. That's gonna be enough. Ugh. Oh, that's such a sad pose when he reaches for her, but she's like, no. Was there anything that inspired my art style? Yeah, I think like for most artists, uh, your art style is mostly inspired by the stuff you just genuinely like. Um, I'd say that my main inspiration from childhood were Disney 2D cartoons, and I remember I really wanted to draw like this. But I can say that I tried to, keep this Disney style. I think I think some of my friends called my style kind of Disneyish or something like that. But I kind of I don't think I ever tried to completely copy it or something. I think it's kind of a little bit far. Пока, Вик. Хороших снов. There were also a couple of artists that I really enjoyed and I looked up to. But I'm really horrible with names, so you probably won't recognize them. I remember there was and probably is an artist who was called, I think, Burge Bog or something like that. I'm telling you, I'm really bad at remembering nicknames and stuff. And she had um, drawings based on Percy Jackson and on Harry Potter and this kind of stuff. And I really enjoyed them. I still really love them. I still think that it's an amazing artist. They were so very dynamic and soft, and they had something that I really wanted to bring into my drawings. And actually, it's a fun thing, but I still can see who, if the artist was really really inspired by her, in in general, because I know a couple of artists who have like almost the same style, and you're like you probably liked this artist when you were forming your own style or something like that. um so yeah, I think it was her, and also general Disney style. And right now there are some artists that I really enjoy, and you're like looking at their works and you're like, wow, I want to try to use this thing, and I want to try to use this thing. But I think I have more or less formed style, or at least something close to that. Um, like I think my style is more or less recognizable, which is which is good. I'm happy because I've seen so many artists struggling with finding their style. I remember myself struggling to find which what things make me comfortable and which things I wanted to have in my art and which I didn't want to. Oh, that I think I still look up to Disney 2D animation because there are so many artists uh, who work for Disney and um, in general, like, and the drawings they're really dynamic and expressive, and it's something that I want for my art. I wanted to, create a certain uh, attitude, and so you would feel something when you look at the art. Um, but also, I would like to keep it dynamic. So I'm trying to work on that at least. Actually, fun fact. Uh, I really like sea albatross art, like in general, and Hades style fan arts. Uh, like I feel like I feel that because I love Sam's work so much, it kind of influences me a little bit. I kind of started to notice that I right now I am drawing noses a little bit different, and I'm feeling like that's there is something from Sam's work in it, and I'm like, uh, just when you like something, I don't think unless you are working on making a style, I don't think you really understand when you try to take a certain thing and bring it to your art. But in childhood, I remember I copied a lot of art from The Lion King and Oliver and Company. Uh, so I kind of wanted to draw like people drew in Disney. um, but I'm happy that it's not like a full Disney stuff. That there is something from me in it that makes it a little bit more um, distinguished, um, a little bit more mine. I also remember that a while ago when I was a hardcore Phantom of the Opera fan, I really liked Alva Alva D's drawings. And then remember when and Alva D, she has she is really good at line art and at literally everything. I really recommend checking her out. Uh, and so I really liked her pencil sketches, and I wanted my sketches to have a closer vibe, like the same vibe. And so when I noticed that there was something that I could catch, uh, I was really happy. I was like, "Whoa, this looks a little bit like she made it." But again, it's not about copying somebody's style. It's just that you unknowingly uh, take some stuff that you like and try to use it. I think this one gonna be like the last sketch because because I'm tired. Um, I'm a little bit tired already. It's such a funny thing. Like as artists, we're pushed to be original, but sometimes we're trying hard. That's like, yeah, that's exactly like that. You're like, woohoo! I did this thing like my favorite art sensei. And because you look up to these people, you are like, yeah, I did a cool thing, and that's that's really such a good feeling. In terms of being original, like what is original? I think anyway, even if you are heavily inspired by someone else's work, and if you're studying it and then using in your art, you still remain yourself, uh, because it's your choice of how to use this instrument, so to say, this visual or library and skill to create something that you enjoy, which is I think that's what the originality is. You can't create something like 100% original. It's still a product of your experience and your inspiration and stuff. So actually, it reminded me that um, there are some really interesting art videos and art tutorials from a guy called Ethan Baker, who's like industry professional in animation and storyboarding and stuff. and he has, this series of videos from the beginning that I highly recommend. Um, where he, says that you don't need to be original in the beginning. You kind of need to have a really good, uh, you know, visual reference base in terms of artists that you look up to, and people whose art you find good, industry professionals and all of that. That you can create your original art, but you still need to have a certain base. And if you want to create your own art style, you kind of, if you don't have an art style yet, you may want to understand how other people's art styles work, and maybe break down something that you enjoy in their art styles. Oh, yeah. Yeah, only one person can do it more specifically. Ethan Baker is so cool. I honestly love the guy. He's such a funny and interesting videos, and he really does gives cool advices, because I don't remember hearing many people say the things that he says. Because before I started watching him, I've never thought about breaking down somebody's work, like properly breaking down. Uh, because uh, I didn't know the difference between proper breaking down and just simple, like, how does it called in English? Tracing. And I thought that tracing any drawing, even in educational purposes, it's bad. And when I watched his videos, and he was like, well, breaking down isn't tracing, because you try to understand things while doing so. It was such an obvious thing, but something I've never thought about. uh, and now I sometimes break down things. And it's a lot of fun, actually. Yeah, he's kind of entertaining with his way of telling stuff, like, I want to hold your tiny baby hand and stuff. But he's funny, and he has his style of explaining things, and I think he's pretty cool. I'd say that he is one of my favorite art YouTubers. Uh, Even though at the moment I'm not really into art YouTube, I think I only watch Ethan Baker right now, and Tanika. God, I won't remember. I won't remember his name. But there is that Tonico, I think, that guy who does really cool animation tutorials. I think he is also pretty cool. But I remember I watched art YouTube a lot, but then I kind of got bored of it. Mm, it's not something I vibe with, so to say. You probably know because it's like one person. He has a yellow doggy as his mascot, and he has about variety of tutorials about you know uh, spacing and how to animate and about timing. Well, it's like one of the first YouTube channels on animation, like proper traditional 2D animation and digital 2D animation. Yeah, it's kind of say the same. Um, I remember I was watching Doodle Date. Uh, uh, but I think they kind of slowed down with their videos. They were kind of cute. I remember I watched them a lot, but then I kind of got too used to it. I think I also watched Drawing with Waffles or something like that. That YouTube channel. And I also kind of I'm still subbed following them on Instagram and stuff, but it's just I don't know. I'm just not really into it right now. I think Casey Golden has something a little bit different going on because she uses so many different art supplies. So sometimes you're like, whoa, today she's making something with washi tape or stuff. I think she's really creative, but I still, don't watch people who draw nowadays. I think the most annoying type of art videos for me is the videos where artists tell these, cool stories, like the story about how this guy commissioned me and there was something wrong and there was something scandalous in it, or my worst commissioner or something like that, or that art teacher who bullied me in school. Like these types of videos, for some reason I don't know why, I just find them really annoying, and they're one of the things that um I saw pretty often. I think the only art YouTuber I really stuck around with is Xavier. Oh, I actually haven't checked that one. Wait, I'm gonna I'm gonna write it down to maybe check it out. But I mean, I'm right now. I rarely watch YouTube in general. Right now, I'm only watching Kid Bolga, uh, the guy who talks with scammers and ruthlessly wastes their time. That's like the best videos on YouTube. The guy is so funny. So it's like I've been watching him for I think 2 weeks now as a drawer. So Yeah, also sometimes watch them as a white noise, or sometimes I'm watching like these videos where YouTubers, arguing with each other, and they're like comments about that random guy who I don't know, getting in trouble with some other famous YouTuber guy I don't know, uh, and I'm not listening. I'm using them as a background noise. Even though, I admit it's better to use some, educational videos for the background, but sometimes you want to hear a little bit of scandal, right? But I just feel it's like this video is like a little bit annoying, like when you think about it, because uh, because it feels like people didn't come here for art; they came for a spicy story about bad commissioner and our great hero, the artist. I don't know. Oh, I will check. I will check. I will check him. Maybe I saw him, but I don't remember. I know that a lot of people watch Jazza also, but for some reasons, I just don't vibe with his videos, even though there's nothing wrong with them. Just maybe the way um he films them is not something that I particularly enjoy. I don't know. Yeah, I was thinking this way. Just you're not came here. You didn't come here um to watch our process and something like that. You just came here to hear the story, which is okay. I mean, I think in terms of art, unless it's something like really nasty and uh, not ethical, like bad from moral point of view, I think whatever people do, like if they wanna post their art with a spicy story, like why not? If this gives them viewers and feedback and maybe a little bit of money, like who am I to judge them? Maybe I'm a little bit jealous that I don't have a spicy story to tell to my YouTube followers. The only thing I can do is talk about Hades down 4 hours, and it's like not so space spicy. Uh, I feel like these story time videos and like scandal videos, they're just like a chewing gum for your brain. It just uh, relaxes it, so to speak. Like sometimes you're like, oh, I want to know something new about Versailles or I don't know, Second World War or World War. But sometimes you're like, uh, I just want to watch people being silly and fighting, which is also okay. Like you're not supposed to listen to the serious, issues 24/7. I think. I mean, for real. Uh I can't even tell the story about my horrible commissioner, because all my commission has been really nice. I'm like, what can I say? I had this commissioner and they were really nice, and nobody wants to hear that. Everybody wants something spicy. But also, I feel like sometimes when I see these videos, I think that like the author probably made it up. Though, there are crazy commissioners out there, but some things are just like so crazy. And plus, I think that when you are constantly, have this story time format, even if you telling people uh, some true story that really happened to you, because let me tell, most people had bad teachers or people who has offended them, um, and probably everyone could tell this story. But once you have like a channel that is based on it, you probably need to came out with a new story each time, because people who are subscribing for you, they're probably not very much there for your art. They're probably here for a good story. It's a little bit. I mean, it's a bad comparison, but it's a little bit like with fan art. When when you draw a certain thing, like when I'm drawing Hades Town, I perfectly understand that once I'm stopped drawing Hades Town, uh, uh, a part of my now followers will unfollow me, because they're subscribing for that precise content. Like some will remain, probably, maybe because they started to vibe with me or with my art. But that's the same with storytime videos. People will subscribe to the stories, and once the stories are gone, mm, like maybe they are not so interested in your art as a fact. But I just thoughts. So I'm usually subscribing to the people whose content I enjoy, like in general. I really really unfollow people. Thank you. Always. Wait, wait, wait. Um, I think with each drawing I did today, there is this certain evolution of Hades, and I think in the end, the last one turned out the best. Yeah, you brand yourself in a certain way. Um, Thank you. Yeah, it's kind of always like this. Though I know that some people, there are some people in my blog who've been subscribed on my Tumblr since the very early days, since my Doctor Who obsession, and they're still there. And I'm like, wow, you guys probably really like the style. uh, I'm really grateful. And actually, about the old you, it's very much a thing I can understand. Because sometimes uh I can. Oh wait, story time. I'm becoming the people I'm loath. Joking, but uh, there was one time where uh when I was 12, I was really into photorealism, and I tried to basically copy the photos. Right, that's how it goes. Right now, I'm actually not so into it, and I just don't enjoy it. It's for me, it's like a work of a printer. It's kind of boring, but again, I'm okay with people who are into it. So, well, when I was 12, I was really into that thing, and I tried to make portraits, and uh, so one of my mom's friend, um, she kind of asked me to draw a photorealistic portrait of her for her birthday, and I never did it because I tried like 3 or 5 times, and it never, you know, gets, it never went good enough, so I could gift it. But like eventually I forgot, and I got so far from photorealism. Um, um, and so I kind of did my own things, and I got my own style. And so like I was, I think, 17 or 18 by that point. And when she comes to our house, and she suddenly remembers that I own her a portrait, and she's like, "Oh, you still haven't draw this thing for me." And I was like, "Well, I tried. I've never managed to finish it. I didn't like the result. I didn't want to gift it because I didn't like the result." Uh, and so she was like, "Well, whatever the result, you could have gifted it." And my mom was like, "Well, she's not doing these things anymore. She's like doing this kind of cartoony style and stuff." Like, and she was like, "Well, I think that back then you drew better." Like, it was one of those times when I was actually really really offended by the comments in my address, like, uh, and I was like, how could you say, like, it's like the rudest thing to say to anybody. Uh, like it's beyond offensive. I mean, for an artist, like there are more offensive things. I mean, surely, but it's such a disheartening thing to, and frustrating thing to hear when somebody is like, "Well, when you were 12 and you couldn't draw shit, the only thing you could draw is to copy, photos. You drew better than you're drawing right now." And I don't know, it's got to me at the point. It's If you're wondering why I bring up this story, it's because of uh, it's because of I miss the old you phrase. So like I understand why people can be upset. I mean, it's probably the worst thing you can say to to any artist. I mean, right now, it's funny to me because for me, it's like it shows how little a person understands in art and in art progress. Because even if a person changes style drastically, I think it's you still feel how the hand became more confident, and the colors became better and that sort of stuff. Um, so when a certain person tells you that a really really blurred uh, pencil portrait that is copied from some kind of photo that I don't know you made when you were 12 is better for them from their perspective than something that you drew right now, and even though you improved a lot, uh you just shouldn't probably take it really seriously because they obviously don't understand what they're talking about. So yeah, that's my cool story, like the only one I can tell. But it was annoying. I remember I was like, it was one of this rare occasion. I'm a really calm person, but I I was really frustrated, and and I was even more frustrated because the person didn't understand that what they said was kind of offensive. Yeah, I also kind of understand that. Uh, Again, there are also some things that um, you like in someone else's art, and you kind of sad when it changes. Um, which is okay. I just I just feel that it's it probably shouldn't always be said to the artist. Like you can say that, for example, you like this certain things, but do not say like I like these certain things and they were better, because it's probably gonna be a little bit upsetting. It's like uh this thing in art community. I don't know about foreign art community, because it feels to me that Russian art community is like uh more toxic than foreign one. When someone posts their progress, like before after, and people are like before was better, and you're like maybe you shouldn't have told them, because it's kind of upsetting. Also, when you obviously feel like it's not even your work, but you just feel that the person became more confident. Yeah, science is almost over though. God, I can tell. I'm used to drawing soft marshmallow Hades, so kind of weird to see him fully dressed up. I just love drawing Hades and people in general in waistcoats or in shirts. I don't know. There's something really soft and domestic in it. Okay, like we have like another, I think, 10 minutes before I um finish because uh it's almost 12 p.m. Um, I just remember that Russian art community and is toxic, and it was more toxic when I was like 12. Oh, there was even certain groups uh, who mocked beginner artists for posting their art online. It was so horrible. Like people would um, swear on this beginner artist and used a lot of really horrible words and stuff, and mocked like every aspect of the drawing. That was such a horrible thing. And they were like, "We are just criticizing. We are like making them, um, so to say, we are giving them a piece of advice." Mm. These were horrible times. I'm not really into art community right now, and I'm happy I'm not. Uh, but I hope at least it changed for better, because I was always really sad for beginner artists, and I was really scared as a beginner artist. I remember there was like this thing where people would say you can't open an art block or an art group if you have a low skill. And you're like, when you're thinking about that in retrospect, you're like, who are you? Art police or something like that? Who are you? Like, a person just wants to keep their drawings in their blog, or I don't know, in a group on Facebook, whatever. Who cares? If you don't like it, just don't go see the group. I don't know, it was just random rambling. How sound era Hades is burnt marshmallow. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Very badly burnt marshmallow. That's what his father told him. Like, son, you're just like marshmallow. I would have eaten you. Uh, yeah, that's awful. Remembering that it's it's horrible. I hope that beginner artists right now don't face this kind of bullying. They really don't deserve it. They're just learning. Like, nobody deserves it, to be honest. Um, love how sad Hades looks when Persephone is like, did you think I'd be impressed? Yeah, she's like, wife doesn't like my hellhole. Like this hell town. I tried so hard. Oh, woohoo. Jail for wife. I don't know. It's so funny because Hades is like literally this meme about Mia the cat. Like, you wouldn't take the the hell town I built for you. Jail for wife. Jail for wife. Wife doesn't like little boy. Uh, I don't know. I know that cat meme. Um, if not, it's probably sounded like really weird for you. Like, woohoo. Okay, I think we're gonna end it there so I wouldn't disturb people who live with me because it's kind of a little bit late. Thanks for coming. Thanks for talking. It was really fun um, to discuss some things. I don't know where there'll be the next stream because they just usually come around when I'm like, whoa, maybe I gonna stream something today. I think in his head, the thoughts are literally like this Mia tweet. Also, he really like a cat, you know. Subscribe for more cool stories, amazing life hacks, and I don't know what other people, what other people promote on their channel. Okay, bye. Thanks for coming. Thanks for sitting for so long and just generally watching the stuff. Um, until the next time.